For several wrestlers, leaving WWE led to financial ruin. Unable to maintain their lavish lifestyle, they went broke within months of their departure. I'm Emily May, and these are 5 wrestlers who went broke after leaving WWE. Number 5, Batista. Batista is currently one of the biggest names in Hollywood, but even he went broke at one point during his life. It may be hard to believe, but this happened when the Animal left WWE in 2010. In an interview at the 2019 Denver Pop Culture Convention, Batista revealed that after he left the company, he lost everything within 8 months. "I was making a very good living and I walked out. Then I starved for 3 years. I went broke and lost everything. I couldn't get a job." Fortunately, the Animal was able to turn his life around when he bagged the role of Drax in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy franchise in 2014. Number 4, Joey Mercury. While newer fans will probably recognize Joey Mercury as part of Seth Rollins' J&J Security alongside Jamie Noble, older fans may remember him as part of MNM along with John Morrison and Melina. At the 2006 Armageddon pay-per-view, Mercury broke his nose and orbital bone when he was struck in the face with a ladder during a fatal 4-way ladder match. Mercury underwent surgery for the injury and was out of commission for a while. At that time, he became heavily dependent on drugs. Ultimately, he was fired by Vince McMahon in 2007 after his drug abuse became unstable. The former tag team champion soon went broke and almost had his house foreclosed. CM Punk helped out Mercury during his tough time by buying the mortgage on his house for him. These events compelled Mercury to turn sober, and eventually he returned to WWE in 2010. He stayed with the company until 2017 and held various positions there. Number 3, Lex Luger. Lex Luger had a tough time after he left WWE, especially after 2001 when the company bought WCW where he worked. He was subsequently released by WWE. Luger's personal life, which was already a mess by that time due to drug abuse, became worse after his live-in girlfriend at the time, Miss Elizabeth, died in 2003. In the same year, he was arrested thrice and had to pay huge amounts for his bail and bonds to get out of jail. Tragedy struck the former Royal Rumble winner once again in 2007 when a spinal stroke left him paralyzed from the neck down. In 2011, Luger helped WWE refine their wellness program. He currently leads a clean and sober life. Number 2, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts is considered to be one of the best heels to ever grace professional wrestling. Unfortunately, after he left WWE in 1992, Roberts fell into a downward spiral of drugs and alcohol. By the late 90s, most companies were aware of Roberts' drug abuse and did not wish to work with him. In 2004, his pet snake starved to death while he became overweight. He was barely able to make ends meet while working in the indies. In 2007, it looked like Jake's life would finally turn around when WWE sponsored a rehab program for him. But Roberts was unable to get sober at that moment and would take a couple more years until Diamond Dallas Page helped him overcome his weight and drug problems. Since then, Jake has been completely sober and even managed to be inducted into WWE's Hall of Fame in 2014. Number 1, Ric Flair. Ric Flair is one of the most decorated wrestlers in the history of this sport. He's styled and profiled on our television screens during his WWE tenure. The Nature Boy was not without controversy. Flair had married and divorced 4 women in his life, and his alcohol problems started to get worse. In his and Charlotte Flair's book, Second Nature, The Legacy of Ric Flair and the Rise of Charlotte, the Hall of Famer opened up about his financial issues. "I got into financial trouble as a result of my costly divorce, paying around $20,000 per month in alimony, investment opportunities not panning out, and maintaining a high-profile lifestyle." In 2005, he wound up getting arrested for a road rage incident. Then in 2008, Ric Flair Finance, a business of his, went bankrupt. He even became part of a few lawsuits involving major wrestling promotions. Ric revealed on the Stone Cold podcast in 2016 that Vince McMahon had actually helped Flair at that time by loaning him $800,000. The Nature Boy is currently living his best life after going through some health problems. Even though he left WWE again in 2021, you never know when he might show up again. And that's our list. Thank you for watching.